Today, we're going to talk about some really, really good tips to remember more of what you're reading. And I just need you to first off understand, cut yourself some slack. Like, if you don't feel like you're retaining stuff, like I'm telling you, you are, but you're just in your own head right now. And just keep reading books. Just keep doing what you're doing because you're on a good path. And the more you keep up reading, the better your future will be. Like, readers are leaders. I know that's such a cringe saying, but it's just so true. Like, the people that do their due diligence, educate themselves, and expand their own minds are the people that have always dominated society. And I'm not saying you should want to dominate society, dominate other people, but it's just the path you're putting yourself down. So take that with a grain of salt. But now we get into the interesting stuff. The first thing I want you to understand is each book you read, you don't need to memorize every single page. Just take away a few key things. Just understand 1 to 2 concepts that makes that book unique. Because I hate to tell you this, but every single law of assumption, law of attraction book you read are pretty much the same. Every single book on philosophy is kind of the same. It's really just conceptualizing life, conceptualizing the human condition in different manners, and I don't think any of them really get it right 100%. That's really the basis of it. So really just take away a few key ideas from each book, and the more you do this, the more you're going to expand your wealth of knowledge, because I need you to understand that even if you only retain one shred of information, that's information you can pull from the rest of your life. Treat a shred of information that you learn like compounding interest, because whatever you learn today, you can use tomorrow, the day after that, the day after that, the day after that, the day after that. And you know what, in the grand scheme of things, it might not be a massive change, it might not be a massive tactic, but you use it 10,000 times, that's life changing. Like anything, like habits, you do it enough times, it's just going to work. And I need you to start thinking of things like that, because then it doesn't seem like such a big deal that you're not retaining a lot of information. And the next point I want to get across is reading is also a skill. It really is. The more you read, the better your imagination gets at painting pictures and understanding complex topics. The easier it becomes to retain it. So if you're not retaining a lot, it could just be that you haven't built your mind up to focus on these things. It's not easy to sit down and read a book when you can go on TikTok and just consume content for the rest of the day. It's not easy to do any of these things when you can play video games and have your mind stimulated in more ways than you can even explain. And I think we need to cut ourselves some slack in this regard, because I think we just need to build ourselves back up to reading, build our attention span back up. And the better your attention span is, the easier it is to retain stuff. So again, it's a gradual process, it's a learning process, and just really focus on these things. And the last thing I want to say before I leave it, the last thing I want to say is probably the most important. If you can in some way explain the idea, it doesn't even have to be to anyone else. It could be to yourself. It could be conceptualizing ideas. It could be tying it back to an experience you had, being you know what, this person used this on me in this scenario. You know what, I did this to this person in this scenario, and I came out victorious because of this. Just conceptualizing things in terms of your life, explaining things to others is going to go so far. It was the Stoic philosopher Seneca who said, when you are a teacher, you're both a student and a teacher, because you're teaching your student, but you're also being taught on how to explain things, on how to conceptualize things on a lower level. Because when we can take these great ideas and bring them down to here, that's where we really get the depth of them. That's where we really understand them, because you understand it enough to bring it down to other people's levels. And I'm not saying anything about intelligence here. I'm just saying that you just haven't been exposed to certain ideas, so it's going to be hard for you to grasp. And being able to explain someone that's in that scenario, that is a great skill. So whether it's to yourself, whether it's to your friend, whether it's to your mother, whether it's to YouTube and absolutely nobody, you gotta make fun of yourself every once in a while. But yeah, it's that's really how I've gone about retaining more and more and more. And I think that's a great starting place. And just don't get discouraged. That's it. Don't get discouraged. I don't care how much you're retaining today. That's not going to be set in stone. It's going to get easier. You're going to learn your own tactics. These ones that work for me might not even work for you. Really just keep going, keep experimenting, keep trying. And another really easy thing to fix is if you're not retaining something, it might be something you're not interested in. Find a purpose behind it. If you want to be an entrepreneur, it's going to be really exciting to read business books and start applying the principles. So if you're reading something that you can't apply to your life, it's going to make it that much harder. So throw in all of these things, throw in all of these suggestions, and I'm telling you, you're going to make a lot of progress. Love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. Oh yeah, one last thing. If you're really struggling to retain, audiobooks is a great way. Getting it in an audiobook format and then reading it later on, tremendous. Also, like if you're having trouble focusing and that's your main issue with retention, like you can't get through books fast enough, audiobooks are a great way to consume content, consume information while you're washing the dishes, while you're at the gym, while you're driving. That's the last thing I want to add. If you want to use Audible, I have an affiliate link. Just click on that, sign up. It helps me out, even if it's just a free trial. Love you guys. Thank you guys so much. Join my school if you want more from me, more informative stuff like this. I think I have a course in there on how to get better at reading, how to get into reading. So if you want what I just said in a more descriptive way, go ahead, check that out. It's free right now. Go ahead, join my Discord as well if you want to know when I'm streaming, more updates, more day-to-day stuff. Love you guys. Peace out.